What if I told you there's a company that manages more money than the economy of most countries on Earth? More than $10 trillion. A number so large, it's almost impossible to visualize. If it were a country, it would rank among the richest in the world. And yet, most people have never even heard of it. Its name is BlackRock. It doesn't manufacture products. It has no stores. It doesn't sell technology. It doesn't produce energy. But it is present inside the largest companies on the planet. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Coca-Cola, Google, Tesla. In all of them, BlackRock owns a stake. How did a company that almost no one knows become so influential? The story begins in 1988. Larry Fink, a Wall Street executive, decides to create a new investment management firm. At first, it was just another financial company. But Fink saw something different. He realized the future wasn't about owning companies. It was about managing the money invested in them. And that difference changes everything. Today, BlackRock doesn't own $10 trillion. It manages that amount on behalf of governments, pension funds, institutions, and investors around the world. That includes the retirement savings of millions of people. When you manage that volume of capital, you decide where it gets allocated. And where is it allocated? Into the largest companies on Earth. By purchasing shares, BlackRock becomes a shareholder. And being a shareholder means voting rights. It means influence. You don't need to own the majority of shares. With 5% or 10%, you're already one of the largest investors in the company. Now think about that. It holds stakes in competing companies. Technology giants battling for market share. Energy corporations competing against each other. Global brands fighting for consumers. In theory, they compete, but they share the same major institutional investors. This doesn't mean there is direct control, but it shows how interconnected modern capital truly is. And BlackRock sits at the center of that network. But what truly sets the company apart is not just the money, it's the technology. BlackRock developed a system called Aladdin. It's not just ordinary software. It's a platform that analyzes risk, markets, volatility, and economic scenarios. It helps guide decisions involving trillions of dollars in investments. And it's not used only by BlackRock. Other financial institutions rely on it as well. That means a single technological infrastructure influences a significant portion of the global market. Some analysts describe systems like this as an invisible backbone of modern finance. And when you become part of the infrastructure, your power stops being merely financial. It becomes structural. Every year, Larry Fink sends letters to the CEOs of the world's largest corporations. In them, he discusses corporate governance, environmental responsibility, risk management, and long-term vision. When one of the world's largest shareholders presents strategic recommendations, companies listen. Some see this as positive, a force pushing for responsibility and stability. Others question whether private firms should wield such indirect influence over global decisions. The truth is, BlackRock operates within the rules of the system. It is not a government. It does not create laws. It does not impose decisions. But it manages such vast amounts of capital that influence naturally follows. And here is the central point. Never before in history has an asset manager concentrated so many resources under management. Capitalism has evolved. It is no longer just industrialists or individual magnates shaping markets. Today, asset managers are central players in the global economy, and BlackRock is the largest of them. Does that mean it controls the world? No, but it does mean it occupies an unprecedented strategic position. When corporate decisions affect billions of people, and one of the largest shareholders is always present, questions inevitably arise. Who balances that power? What are the limits? How do you ensure transparency when influence is indirect? Perhaps BlackRock is simply the natural result of a highly globalized financial system. Or perhaps we are entering a new era, an era where power is not exercised by governments or armies, but by managed capital. The fact is, Most people don't even see this structure. It operates quietly, discreetly, technically, and maybe that's exactly what makes it so relevant, because the most enduring power is not always the most visible. BlackRock doesn't need to appear in the headlines every day. It's already present behind the scenes. And in the modern world, the backstage often defines the stage. Now the question is, are we simply witnessing capitalism operating at its most advanced and efficient form, or are we watching the emergence of a new kind of global power? The answer is still being written.